Hey guys, it's Natalia.
And Audrey.
And you're listening to Talk Baby to Me. I don't know where that came from.
We like it.
Yeah, we're going with it.
Today we have Mo Ashley. You guys may have recognized her on YouTube's hits The Big Play. I mean, honestly, I don't even know how to explain how quickly this YouTube channel blew
very
up.
quick. Hi, guys. I'm Mo Ashley. I'm a mother, an actress, and an entrepreneur. So the industry shut down last summer.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't auditioning. I wasn't working. And Wes was like, forget them. We're the entertainment. They hire us, so they need us. So let's put you out there.
Yeah.
Now, at home, we will always come up with, like, little scenarios at home, but it was just something we did. Like, I never saw the bigger vision of what was happening. Next thing you know, we're like, we already had camera lights because I do auditions. We had every equipment we needed.
Yeah.
Right.
Wes started writing skits, 40 seconds to a minute skits. It first started off doing, like, couples, and then we started adding, like, parody of current events or couples, and it just became this whole huge thing. So I'm telling you, Wes created everything. You guys know how, like, when your man supports you, girl.
No, just kidding.
When your man supports you financially, like, invest in that business or invest in your whatever you're doing.
Tribe. Yeah, I get it.
He has invested in my career as the writer, engineer, editor, casting director. So it was like, and I would accept,
Baby maker.
yes. So I would take that over someone throwing me money for a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, this takes so much time and thought. Like, this is a whole job now. Invested in my career, and I will always be thankful and grateful for him because we're, like, building this whole foundation, and we know it's nothing but God taking the wheel 100%.
And, you know, talking about God and just taking the wheel, let's get into, like, your baby and your birth because obviously we're here to talk baby to you.
Yes, baby.
So I want to know because this relationship kind of, I remember Wes talking about you in the beginning, like, you guys were dating and then got pregnant. Like, tell me about the story about the babies.
Okay, y'all.
I'm throwing you right out there.
We met in 2020 of June.
Whoa.
On a video shoot. I was a little video vixen.
Okay.
I don't know that you do
It was part of my job.
Side of life is really
It was part of my job. I'm in the entertainment industry. They hire you to work.
Yeah. To work it or work. No, it's funny.
So
that's how I met James, one of our best friends. So keep going.
And so we met there on set, music video. And then we just clicked. He was very funny to me. And I love funny men. Like, he's hilarious. And we just vibed. We hung out every day. It was COVID time. So we had nothing to do but hang out.
Yep.
And then, at the end of that year of 2020, like, at that time, I was working at Banana Republic.
Ooh, I love
Part-time.
Which one?
In Studio City, but they closed down. Sorry. But he was already 100% in his career.
Yeah.
And I was so, like, impressed. Like, I like that. Like even though I moved to LA in 2018 to become an actress, I wasn't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And when I saw him, like, he was living off his profession.
Yeah.
By this time, I think maybe by 4 years now, where he hasn't worked a 9 to 5. And I'm like, how do you get there? How did you do that? And so I was so inspired. And his friend group
That's amazing.
were all like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dang, I need to learn from you guys of how I can, like, not work this job and really focus on why I moved to LA. And girl, I got fired from my 9 to 5 job in 2021. Remind you, I got the job during labor that I was hired.
What?
And yes.
No, don't remind me. You remind me.
Oh, sorry. Y'all don't know. Okay, you're right. Okay, so I
Okay, hold on. This is great.
She said, I'm not being reminded. You telling me the story for the first time.
Tell me now.
Okay, so I needed a job because, like I said, I was pregnant and
we are literally two people that have done every job you could ever think of because we
Same.
grew ourselves at 15.
Yeah.
She grew
Same.
herself earlier. I grew myself at 15, and I did anything I could. So whatever.
Same.
Like that's why I'm curious. Like.
So this job was mainly as a contact tracer for Los Angeles. So I would call people when they had COVID, and I would do a survey on them.
Okay.
So, and it was a stay-at-home job.
Okay.
So, I'm in labor. I get the job. They told me I was hired. I never told them that I was in labor because I didn't want them to think I would be a problem with like, I need time off, da-da-da. So I'm like, yeah, thank you.
No.
Literally contractions on the phone. So let's fast forward to when I actually started the job. I'm working from home, which was
You're doing everything you can
to keep a job while with the newborn during COVID.
Oh my goodness.
And at this time, I still wasn't focused on my acting stuff. So at that time, I was working from Ohio and on LA time frame. Because it's a 3 hour difference.
Okay, so 3 hour.
We're before on the East Coast. Well, technically Midwest, but
you're
East
6
Coast.
a.m. start time.
Yes.
In our LA time frame.
Correct. So I go back home to LA in 2021 in November, and they told me, you've been missing your COVID test. I'm like, what? I got to get a COVID test for this job? I have to take a weekly COVID test for a stay-at-home job. So I was like, okay, I can go. Girl, this gets crazy. I can go on Wednesday. I show up to my test. They told me, you're not in the system. You have been suspended. I said, oh, okay. I got to call HR to figure out what's going on. Long story short, they said, you have missed 2 COVID tests you're supposed to take. And I said, well, I just gave birth. Oh, you just gave birth? Yes, and I just got back to LA. You've been working outside the state? Yes. Well, you're not allowed to do that. Why? If I'm showing up to my job, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So next thing you know, they had to investigate me.
What?
And told me I am fired because I didn't leave my house to take a COVID test for a stay-at-home job.
Did you sue them?
No, because I knew that was God directing me into where I needed to be.
Okay, good.
That was
This 9-to-5 life is not me. It's not who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
supposed to be who God ordained me to be, and that's to become the face of Hollywood.
Hey, okay.
Yes.
We're going to just put it all on a timeline. So, because we kind of went on a tangent.
Okay.
So,
We went like 10 times.
yeah, I know. So, you are in entertainment. You
Yes.
met Wes. You guys dated during COVID.
Yes.
You had your baby. Then you had your baby in Ohio, kept a job, got fired from your job, which led you to say, you know what? This isn't for me. I'm going to focus on what I need to focus on, which is acting.
Absolutely.
On top of being a new mom,
Yes.
you allowed your boyfriend at that time
Yes.
to kind of help you catapult you into the direction of acting and entertaining while he was like your camera guy, your engineer, all that. And now you guys have a very, very popular YouTube page and you guys just got engaged.
Yes!
She's a Beyonce. And so I'm excited for that. And so Uriah is about to be 3 at the end of this month.
Yes.
Her son, super cute. Okay, I have so many questions
Let's
about him.
get to it.
Because your birth, I remember Wes calling me when you had the baby, and he couldn't get into it because we were just excited and happy that the baby was here. But I knew it was it wasn't exactly as you planned.
Right.
So I would love to hear your birth plan and the expectation versus like what happened.
Okay.
Or if you even had a birth plan.
Oh, yeah, did you have
Oh yeah, yes. I'm a Black woman in America. You need a birth plan.
This is like the biggest topic.
Yeah, okay, so get into it. I love it.
So as a Black woman in America, I just
literally giving
needed-
birth in the fucking Black Lives Matter era.
Yes.
Like literally.
Yeah.
I needed a team that loved me.
Yeah.
Not the baby, me. So I had a midwife which happens to be my best friend, which happens to be Uriah's godmother. She's the sweetest person ever. So she was my midwife. So I would go to my doctor's appointment. And
can we start from this?
Yes.
How did you select your OB? How do you select your doctor?
Okay, so at that time,
like when you got pregnant,
mm-hmm.
how did you vet, or if you didn't vet, because I did not.
I didn't vet.
I didn't either.
Because I had a different plan. I knew I wouldn't deliver.
Oh.
I just went there for checkups.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So, but I didn't vet. I just went to where my insurance took me to, which
is not
I got to stay on my insurance from the job that fired me.
Oh, okay.
So,
fuck you.
so
Sorry, you know what to say.
and because I was pregnant, I got to stay on too. So
I love it.
So then what I was about to say, okay, so I didn't vet, but I went to a facility and they had a rotating team. Red flag. I don't want that.
She got the rotating team.
Two, culturally speaking, the different language barriers with the nurses and doctors. I had a team of Latinas or from India. It was just too many language barriers that was communicating to me.
Yeah.
You need someone. You're giving birth.
Yes. And everyone thinks, and because the team was rotating, I could never truly tell them my birth plan because y'all are constantly rotating.
Yeah.
That's
you
exactly.
say one thing to one person. You
Yes,
say,
and they don't deliver it to the next person.
yeah, and it's not in your chart. Sorry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, that's exactly what happened in my situation because I went to one for a long time, but she went on maternity leave, and I'm like, what?
And
Oh,
she
I
never
just finally
knew.
liked
She never
her.
even knew about a rotating team because
No, they didn't tell
They
me.
actually don't tell you about rotating
They don't.
teams. You have to ask.
I said, who will be delivering my baby? And they said, whoever's working that day. I said,
my sister has
red
the same
flag.
problem.
Yeah.
Listen, I want my dog.
I want the doctor who's checking on me every time I go to that facility for a
I
checkup
also don't want
to
to say
deliver.
exactly what I have to say 20 times.
Yeah, I also was very kind of disappointed in how that went down because I communicated it to every doctor. So actually, when I found out it was a rotating team, I scheduled an appointment with every fucking doctor that I would possibly meet.
Dang.
I really did.
She a good one.
She also laminated her birth plan.
Oh my god. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna meet everyone, and there was doctors that I was like absolutely not gonna let them deliver my baby, and it was also a language barrier thing. Only he was Asian, and it was like he was trying to tell me that I needed to get a COVID shot, all these shots. He was trying to tell me he was trying to almost enforce, like he was trying to enforce it.
Not okay.
Which, listen, we're not here to discuss politics or anybody's views on whatever that is.
Whatever you want to do, but.
And respect
You don't
what
tell
I'm
me
telling
to
you.
fucking do.
Exactly. And so that was my red flag. I was like, not you? No. So I definitely got his schedule for the rest of the year. And I'm like, not having a baby that day.
Oh, you work that day? Oh, okay.
Maybe mortification.
I will hold that baby in labor until them 24 hours are up.
She's like, shut the fuck.
Yeah.
No, so okay. Anyway, I totally empathize with the rotating doctor thing because I was impacted by it. I actually ended up having my baby with a doctor I never met. The one doctor that I did not schedule an appointment with
sad.
was the one, which it turned out okay.
That's good.
Fine, yeah. But it did suck that I didn't have like a rapport with her. I never had talked to her about anything.
Yes.
Which people think I'm a little cuckoo, but that is why you bring your birth plan because you don't
that
know
is
now
a
you
good-
know.
Can we just
Now
tell
you know.
most women though, like if you're listening to this right now, just know that if you do have an OB, if you do have a doctor, obviously they do have days off. They do have vacation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is a normal thing, like all of us do. They're not fucking like robots.
Right.
It is okay to ask these questions, and you should, because most people don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No.
I got my doctor.
I think people get confused because they don't know what to ask
Exactly.
because the information is not out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then black women on top of it have another fucking aspect because
Well, let's continue.
and exactly.
So, because I had so many red flags off ripped, and because I'm originally from Ohio, Wes is originally from PA, so we don't have family out here to support us with a child. So because of that, I knew I wanted my mom with me, and I knew I wanted to be with my mom for as long as I needed. It was impossible for her to come here for 4 months at a time. So I said, okay, it's time to go to Ohio to deliver this baby. Plus, my midwife lived in Jersey, so we could just meet at my mom's house and do a home birth, natural birth, and do it that route.
Yeah.
So that was the plan. The whole 9 months I was preparing for a natural labor, natural birth, no medicine, and I had to have a plan B though, just in case my midwife couldn't make it.
Right.
So I would start looking into
Because she had other people, or because
that,
Jersey?
and because she lived in Jersey.
exactly. Okay. I didn't know. If it was
So
okay.
because of that, I had a plan B at a hospital near my mom's house. And it was a birthing center.
Okay.
But I didn't know it was a medical birthing center. I just think that's a bizarre thing to have. If it's a birthing center, and I want to go a natural route, why would y'all put medicine up in there?
That's kind of like, because there's one called. I will say this only because we had our doula on here, our second episode, and there's a medical, but it's homeopathic, but they only do it has to be called medical because if something goes wrong,
Yeah.
you have to be able to distribute.
You have to.
Yeah.
So I went there because at least it was a birthing center. And I was
Right,
like, okay, I'm doing this natural route. So I went home about July 30th because my due date was September 2nd. My big old 5 weeks, 36 weeks old was on the plane. Hot. Walking up and down the aisle, wobbling, just trying to breathe. Like, they were giving me free water.
Oh, they gave you a free. They let you get on the plane.
They let me get on the
Sometimes they
plane.
don't.
Sometimes they don't. I looked it up. They said about 37 weeks.
I'm all, listen,
Okay.
airline, good job. No, that's not what I meant. I meant crazy.
Yeah.
I was happy because there was no way I was going to give birth in California.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I didn't trust it.
That's
I didn't
fine.
trust it.
Yeah, so you made the decision that was best for you.
Yes.
Got on a plane, got free water, which, by the way, if they ever charge you for water, we got to write a letter.
Yes.
So keep going.
So I go home. August 30th, contractions are happening real easy. I'm like, I just thought it was. I didn't know it was contractions. The
Okay.
whole day I didn't know I was in. I knew I had a little pain, but I didn't know it was contractions. And then my mom's like, "Girl, you in labor." So I was like, "Oh my God, I gotta call my midwife." I let her know, and truthfully, the first, I want to say 6 hours, it could be more, I can't remember. My mom was my doctor, OB, midwife that whole time. She would check my girl, what's
Pulse
the word?
cervix?
Cervix.
Okay.
And
For dilation?
yes, but remind you, before all this happened, my midwife came to my mom's house, dropped off materials I
Gotcha.
needed, dropped off the blue
All of it.
sanitizing stuff, whatever. So then she taught my mom how to check my cervix and everything.
That's so amazing.
Go in and check. And
That's
at that time, I was like 4 centimeters dilated.
And at this point you like felt the pain of the contraction, but you're like, I just feel like this is a mild stomach ache, and your mom's like, bitch, you're going to labor. You're
Pretty
going to labor.
much. I would like, because we would go walking in the store and I'd be like, ooh. And then she would just, and
They
then it'd be it.
They know, mamas know.
It'd be it. And then, 4 centimeters dilated. And then,
And then,
this is where I went wrong.
Uh-oh.
did you go wrong?
I went wrong because I was so excited.
Aw.
So I went wrong because I was dilating very quickly. I was already 4 centimeters. And my midwife was like, I don't know if I can make it. Like, you're actually going very quick.
Oh, because you called her when you were 4 centimeters.
Maybe earlier that day, but she had to find a reason, like a ticket and all that stuff. She was like, you're dilating very quick. Like, you're already at 4. And so I was like, you know what? This is why we have a plan B. We don't have to stress about it. So we went to
As your
the
labor.
birthing center.
Okay.
And I went in letting them know, this is a natural birth. This is a natural labor. Do not try to get in my head about what you want me to do. I'm telling you
So
what
you
we're
were
doing.
staunch on this natural.
Yes, I prepped my body for this.
I know you said
stretching,
it, but that was literally
affirmations.
something that was because a lot of people go in with a birth plan, but they're like, my plan B could be, if something goes wrong, like anything, I don't care. Give me the drug. Give me anything. Me. That was me. I was like, do anything you can up until if I say, give me the fucking drug. Do that.
No, the whole
so
time.
Really went in staunch.
She was,
yeah, it was never like when I first found out I was pregnant, I immediately said, I'm going natural. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a, should I, should I not?
Just firm.
It was like, I'm going natural, 100%. So then my mom made beautiful affirmation signs around the room. We posted them around the room. She had essential oil. She really did her big one.
Wow.
And yeah, I did 100% a natural labor. But where I went wrong was once I got to the facility, the contractions stopped.
At 4 centimeters.
At 4 centimeters, they stopped. And they still, they checked me and they were like, yeah, you're about 4 centimeters. I was like, Mom, you were right. Like, you knew what you was doing.
Bitch. She that bitch.
Yes, she the real one. So then,
oh no.
It stopped. And I knew then, I was like, oh, I should probably just go home and just let the labor do what laboring does. But I was so excited that I just stayed and, what are those things they give you to like in your IV?
Like just an IV
Drugs?
Drugs.
No, it's to like Pitocin. They gave me. I'm like,
this makes you
induce contractions.
Induces.
Yes, but it was very small. Like I can't.
Low dose.
Very very low. Like it really didn't do nothing. But
They're
that's
trying to make your labor go faster.
exactly.
Right.
And that's why I think I should have just went home instead of
Hold on,
staying.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, okay. Because I think about, you go there, you're already in a good place with your mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you just kind of had a little bit of a panic moment because your midwife couldn't be there.
Yes.
So you said, I'm going to just go to the birthing center just to just have it be.
Was that your plan B?
Yes.
That was my plan B, yes.
So when you get there, you tell them clearly no medication.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get put in a bed and they give you an IV of Pitocin?
Yes, ma'am. And then I was,
Even though you didn't.
I said, what is this for? Yeah. And they just said, oh, it's to like, they said induce. I said, no, because I know when you get induced, the pains come, bam.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, it's not like that. It's going to be very, very like, I don't know the measurements, y'all, but like.
Yeah, small dose.
They're literally going to literally wean you on to giving labor.
So.
Mic. In the mic. She's on top of the mic.
Hey, I'm getting passionate over here.
She said, I'm about to fight for my sister.
I do fight. I'm a fighter. I like
Yeah, she's about to jump over the mic.
I get mad. I think they're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you. Fought for stuff. Like my plan and her plan were different. We said if we couldn't, we want this. You say I want this, and they're like, here, take this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't
listen.
know what the fuck that. No, you listened. You listened to them say something that wasn't appropriate to your birthing plan or what you wanted.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Red flag / I'm in labor. Like, don't red flag me in labor, bitch. I'm gonna say whatever I want.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
So that was chill. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm still going natural. And then now we're at the 7 centimeters dilated.
Oh wow.
So the Pitocin helped you?
Oh, this was still hours. I was in 27 hours of labor.
Wow.
Naturally.
Okay.
No medicine. No epidural. No whatever.
This is what I'm saying though. We went from 4 to this plan B Pitocin.
Yes.
This is 27 hours after. You went in 4 centimeters. So just to backtrack, you went into a facility 4 centimeters dilated.
Yes.
And they gave you Pitocin.
For what? Because I'm already at 4.
Right, but based on them saying this is going to slowly make you dilated and you can naturally birth.
Hold, you guys, Pitocin's there to help you induce.
Pitocin helps you dilate and induce labor.
It helps you induce contractions, which then it will lead to that.
Yes.
But the core reason people use Pitocin is to induce contractions. You mentioned that your contractions had stopped.
No, that's,
So
what,
yes.
that's, what I'm
They
asking.
did
That's
it.
what I'm asking. So
Yes.
they dilated, but
Right, but if your contraction stopped, then in their head they're like, okay, this is if we give her a little bit, it'll just help
her.
Yeah, so that makes more sense to me. I thought in my head it was like, obviously, still, if you said no medicine, they shouldn't have done it.
It doesn't make
So,
sense to me in the fact that like if you say
If I say
natural,
no, yeah.
and they say it to you. In
That's
a
what
form
I agree with that. It shouldn't have even been a thing if you said
It shouldn't
no.
be. Yeah,
Correct.
That's what I was.
Let's just say by the time I went to 4 to 7, it was a lot of hours in between.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It was a lot of hours in between. I don't know how much. But I'm at 7 and my water hasn't broke. And I will say the pain at this point, it's definitely bad, but it's doable at 7 centimeters with
No medication.
with the water not breaking yet.
Okay.
So then, second mistake I made. They're like, you are taking a while to dilate, and your water hasn't broken, which I think that's fine for 7 centimeters, but they wanted to break my water. So they broke my water. That's
Did they
also
use any medication for that, or they
no,
just...
they went up and broke
They
it.
really just
They popped my
Yeah,
toe.
I didn't feel it.
No, you don't. I don't think you feel it.
Okay.
I think that too, though. You're.
I think there's so much other pain
There's
happening
so many
that you don't feel it.
Exactly.
So they broke my water at 7 centimeters, and that is when that pain
Oh no.
took over.
Oh no.
And I had very different type of contractions. Mine were shorter, say like 15 seconds to 20 seconds. This is at 7 centimeters. And then 15 to 20 seconds on with 45 seconds off. I labored like that the whole time. And then I get to 8 centimeters and I was like, y'all, I'm ready to push. And they're like, you're not ready. I said, I'm ready. Like the pressure was so
Heavy.
Where did you feel the pressure the most?
I feel like in my butt. Look.
Yeah. Okay, I'm asking for a reason. But
I feel like in my butt, and I was just like, guys, I'm rolling over. I'm doing all these natural things. I'm in the shower on the ball, bouncing. But you know the great thing about laboring naturally? Once the contraction is over, you're back normal.
Yeah.
I love that. Like I remember, go ahead.
No, you go.
I love that. I was just like, okay, it's just 20 seconds of pain, and then I'm back, like talking, like. I'm so coherent and aware of what's happening. And that's what I really want to take away with the natural experience. So now I'm at 8 centimeters.
That happened to me too, by the way, because I did this exercise where you hold a bag of ice for a certain amount of time to kind of grasp the pain, the mental of it.
Yeah.
And so when I got into labor, I took a bath, did my breathing exercises, and then I started to feel them more consecutively quicker. So I would like crouch down, feel the pain, go through it mentally, and then I would go put on my makeup.
Girl!
And then I would come back.
Not her getting sexy.
I could blow dry my hair.
She always was doing her hair. I was like,
Yeah, because I did a routine, like like a whole routine of it.
I love that. I love it though.
It makes you feel
I wanted to at least have clean hair, and I wanted to at least have waterproof mascara on. By the way, I did not put waterproof mascara on because you could look at some of those pictures and my shit's like, so it didn't work
beautiful.
out. But I felt nice.
No, that's beautiful.
You should literally look like shit after. I'm sorry, you should look like shit after.
I don't want to though. I want to look gorgeous.
I actually did look gorgeous after. It's like I don't know how.
No, you were glowing, honey.
But
Yes.
also it's
You
like,
had that flush.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
So like when I say shit, I mean the glow shit.
You should look
Girl.
glowy shitty. It's just a vibe.
Wait, so after this bag of ice and you sitting here, how does that pertain to one another? You feel
She
the
was saying
pain that you're.
I was feeling the ice is to like essentially mimic a contraction. You hold it to essentially teach your body how to go through a 15-20 minute holding something really uncomfortable
I've never
and
And
then putting
cold.
it down.
Because the
cold.
longer you're holding the ice, it gets colder.
Yeah.
And it's to
When you go to,
train
like, a
your
polar
mind mentally.
You train your mind
It's
mentally.
like when I go to polar plunge and I'm like, don't get out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have.
But,
You
like,
could
then
have
you're
trained
not.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's like
That's
an exercise to
awesome.
train your body to go through those hard.
I never knew that. That's,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've talked about this before, but now I'm glad that it resonated because that's what she was saying. Like she would be in that pain, and then she'd be like talking and be normal.
Yes.
So if you do this exercise, it will help you kind of like get that mental state of like, okay,
I haven't. Yeah.
So now I'm at 8 centimeters, and yeah, this pain was dreadful. And I stopped
like I got a
dilating
cramp.
again at 8.
You started dilating
I
again?
stopped at 8
shit.
centimeters. And they say when you're from 8 to 10, it should be the quickest dilation, but the worst pain. I was at 8 centimeters, no pain. No medicine for an hour. So then the doc, it reminds you, as they're checking on me, they are trying to put in my ear, oh, we have to do a C-section. We got to do a C-section.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm just like, no, y'all see the signs.
You hear the
Don't
trigger
mess up my vibes. Like, we're doing natural. Like, I'm doing great.
They see the signs your mom put up. Is that yeah.
Yes, those are the signs my mom put up. And it was always odd to me that at a birthing center, they only had one midwife at this place.
Yeah, it's a fucking birthing center.
I know. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, where's all the midwives? You know, like,
That's so weird.
why are everyone just...
Where's the doulas?
Yeah.
Where's the midwives?
Only one midwife that rotated the day I was there.
Oh, no.
So then I knew that was a red flag, but I will always call my midwife, keep her updated, let her know my numbers, let her know this so she can direct me on what to tell the doctor and the nurse or whatever. So then we're at 8 centimeters. It stopped. The baby breathing is getting lower every contraction. And they're saying this to me, and I'm just like, oh, he's fine. Like, he's going to be fine. Like, he's fine. And then it was one time the doctor came up to me and was like, oh, well, I have to tell you that we might have to start prepping for a C-section. As she said C-section, I remember so clearly I had a contraction. And I said, please stop.
Your baby is telling you.
And I said, I took my moment to breathe. And I was like, after it was over, I said, now what do you want? Like, like, what are you trying to say? Because they're not about to try to overtalk me just because I'm in pain.
Oh, no.
You're not about to try to get in my head because I'm in pain. I'm going to feel my pain, and then I'm going to become back coherent to you of what you're trying to tell
Let
me.
me
Yes.
breathe.
Let me breathe before you try to tell me you trying to cut me open.
Oh, my God. I'm so
And
impressed.
also, like, what a crazy sign. You have a
Yeah.
contraction. It's like you had them. You stopped contraction. You stopped dilating. Maybe you didn't stop contraction, but you stopped dilating. But your contraction in the middle of a fucking sentence like that
Yeah,
is like
that's a sign. That is a sign.
Crazy.
he was like,
So then, and Wes knew my birth plan. Wes was a fighter for me,
I was
okay?
actually going to ask that. We have not talked about Wes in this birth. He was there the whole time.
Wes was
right?
there the whole time, and he was fighting for me, and he kept reminding me, like, this is what you want, and this is what we're doing.
Aw.
And then it got to the point, I will say, they got to my mom.
Oh.
They were scared for you.
My mom was.
Well, no, they were scaring your mom.
They were
for
scaring
you, is
my
what I-
mom.
is what I meant, yeah.
And it's my mom, and I'm her only daughter. And of course, she's, like I said, I want a team who love me. And that's what she did, was love me and allow that. I'm going to call it fear. I know she wouldn't, but she allowed that fear to make a decision. And the doctor pulled my mom out the room because by this time, Wes was like, no, that's not happening.
Let's go, Wes.
And, oh my God.
No, first of all, this is what this should do. Like, first of all, you're making me cry. So,
Because, like, when your man fight for you too, when you can't, it just says a lot about that man.
Yeah.
So they took my mom out the room, and they told my mom that I think we should prep for a C-section before it becomes an emergency C-section, because these are doctors who are also students still. And that
was like driving.
that's all my mom needed to hear was students.
So they're practicing. They're practicing on you.
So they come in. I talk to my mom about it. I go to Wes about it. And Wes just like, I don't trust it. I don't believe them. They're lying. No.
If you feel it in your body, you're okay enough, right?
Yes. And they just kept trying to, oh, your baby's breathing is dropping every contraction. He's dropping. And I'm watching the monitor. And yes, it does dip. But it comes back up once the contraction is over, which is normal.
Yeah.
And then I told my midwife, I sent her the video of how low it dipped. She's like, Morgan, it's normal. Like, this is your first baby. your body is experiencing something new, it's normal. Like, but my mom was like, look, Mo, you're my baby and I'm here to protect you. I'm here to make sure your life is okay. So then they were like, how about this? We will give you another hour with the epidural to see if something changes at 8 centimeters, not later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so close. Thank you. I'm so close. And so I was like, for the baby, I would take the epidural. And oh my God, I hated that thing.
Oh.
I will never do an epidural. It wasn't like it was painful. I just didn't like how I felt. My legs felt like they were swollen. I couldn't roll over by myself. Then I started crying because I was like, I don't know how to push. I can't feel myself pushing. And I'm like, Mom, how do I know how to? I can't feel.
Yeah.
She was like, they will tell you. I'm like, I don't like this at all. And then the next, 45 minutes went by. Nothing has changed in my dilation. And they were like, Mo, the room is prepped for a C-section.
They're just pushing you.
I didn't want that. I remember I cried like, I don't want to do a C-section. I don't want to be cut open. I don't want any of that. But for the baby.
For health, and apparently health, for health, what you're told by health professionals.
Yeah. So, Wes threw a fit. Wes, when they asked me, because how Wes reacted, is everything okay at home? Because how Wes stood up and fought for me. And it was to the point Wes had to leave the room. And so when they wheeled me down to the room for a C-section, Wes couldn't even be in the room with me. My mom was in the room, and Wes watched through the window. He said, I can't see them do that to you, and I don't want to be that close. So my mom was in the room, and they do all the other nummy stuff, whatever they give you. I didn't like it. I didn't like the whole I wanted to feel everything. It took my big old fat baby out. He was 8 pounds and 12 ounces. And I said, that's why I stopped dilating. Your big butt done came out of me. He was going to tear me up.
The most.
And he came.
Thank you for that. Oh my goodness, girl. I don't even know. I have like chills. I'm holding this down because I'm seeing her cry and she doesn't cry, so I'm crying because she's crying, and then you're crying, and I'm like, oh no, this is too much. I'm gonna throw up. I'm just like, this is a lot.
And the other hard part was because of the drugs I was on, I was shaking so bad. Yeah. I couldn't even hold my baby. And then they had the audacity to ask me, you want to hold him? I'm like,
yeah.
I can't. Can't you see me? So my mom was the first person to hold him, which I loved. Yeah. But it was just like I couldn't even hold him. He couldn't even feel my skin from coming out of my womb to my chest. I was shaking so bad.
Like the most natural thing that you're supposed to do is that is the most natural thing.
Yes.
And if it doesn't happen, I get it. First of all, you had a crazy experience, so I kind of get it. But like that is one of the most natural things you can feel is your baby's skin contacting yours
immediately.
Yeah. Listen, immediately. You had my insides on me. I had my insides on your outsides. I want your outsides on my outsides. Like,
so that was really tough, but an enjoyment to see my mom take my place.
That's a good way to look at it.
And then I go back into the room and we do whatever y'all do after giving birth. And then this is the other thing where I said I would never do an epidural. I don't care. I will deliver naturally and pass out if I have to, because the drugs, the aftermath, oh my God, I was scratching like a crackhead.
I had no aftermath. I had an epidural.
Girl,
But
I
like, no,
went.
I understand. I'm not saying nothing. I'm
No,
saying,
it affects people differently.
Yeah,
It
I'm
affects
just
people
saying
differently.
that.
Yeah, it's
I've heard it's like you can't even
scratched.
walk sometimes.
It was like
Oh no,
okay.
like a crackhead.
exactly.
She said Dave Chappelle.
Every time I finished one, I thought it was over, and then I knew it was like, in from head to toe.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then I did that for about 45 minutes, and I said, I gotta call a nurse.
And mind you, you can't get up to walk around. You
Can't get up.
Like a C-section.
Can't get up. And I called the nurse, and I said, I cannot stop scratching. And she put Benadryl in my IV, and I passed out immediately.
Damn.
And then I didn't like that either because now my baby's drinking Benadryl because I breastfed.
Oh, that's right.
So I said all that to say I will be going natural again. What they call it?
VBAC.
VBAC.
We just talked about VBAC with her.
Whatever they want to call it.
Vaginal birth after cesarean
Yes.
section. One of her best friends did it. We had her on here before she gave birth. She did have VBAC.
That's congratulations
Right?
to her.
No.
Oh,
just
I'm
lying.
sorry.
But it does happen. And we just had spoken to
Another guest who she ended up having an ectopic pregnancy, and they had to do the same scar that they do for C-section, except they don't hit all the way down to the uterus. But it's similar scarring and similar placement of it, and they took out her fallopian tube. And
so she wants to. She
wants
wants
to
to
do a
vaginal.
vaginal. Yeah.
So
okay.
I hope this for you too. That's
Yeah. So that means you're planning on another one?
Yeah, we definitely want another one.
like
I'm taking one baby at a time. Wes
And a
wants
wedding?
4 and a wedding.
Wes wants
I don't know if I
babies.
want 4, so
I like
guess we'll see what the future holds for
But
me.
that's, you know what? Look,
The big
there's-
play means the big
Play.
he wants a big play. He's like, this is a small play, but its potential is big.
Oh, that's
Wait,
tough.
okay, so honestly, thank you for sharing that
Yeah.
because before you sat down, you were saying that you'd never really talked about it.
Just to my close people,
Yeah.
but
and
I've
so
never
now-
openly shared it.
But it's amazing that you're sharing it because, like I said, there's so many moms out there that might experience the same thing. Maybe they have questions about natural birth. Maybe they have a similar reaction, have a similar reaction to the epidural. Every body is so different.
Yeah.
Who knows that maybe you did have an allergic reaction to something. Could have been anything that they were
You can
using.
resonate with so many.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's also it's nice to hear your baby came out safe, healthy.
Yeah.
Your mom was there to hold. You
Yeah.
had the support system around you. And if there's anything that you could take away, it's like your partner is a big part of your
Big
birthing
part.
experience.
And you fight.
Yeah.
Like I am emotional thinking because like honestly, I just come from a big family, and my mom gave vaginal birth with no drugs for 5 of us.
That's amazing. Shout
Yes.
out moms.
Yeah, I think also it was a thing of the times. Like,
Yeah.
you did not do that. at the
You
time.
didn't.
I went in thinking I'm just gonna do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
But my sister did 2 vaginal births. She had preeclampsia. She almost died giving birth, but she was so adamant about it, and it scared the shit. Like this is funny.
That's scary. It is scary.
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me, and she advocated for herself.
Yeah.
And it's massive. If you want to advocate for yourself,
Someone got to do it.
Listen, and your partner on your side, like
Yeah.
you're a hero in your own right. Like a lot of people don't do it; they just go with what the doctor says.
Yeah.
Yeah. And giving
And
yourself that
even-
voice and power and having that support group around you in that
Yeah.
room is so it's magical. Could you imagine not having your mother there?
Yeah, no.
Or
Wes.
we love you, though. We
Oh,
already
definitely.
love Wes.
I really wouldn't do it without Wes again, 100%.
Yeah.
You're like the West down outside.
I wouldn't. He would have to be by my side every time. But that's obvious though.
But I love it. He's healthy. Your S is healthy.
He's about to be
Yes, he's about to be
Yeah.
3, and he's amazing. Oh my gosh, he's getting ready to go to school next week, guys. And I cried today.
No, like
I didn't think I would be that mom.
we are in the throes of Ella and Audrey is our same age, so 2 years, 9 months, right behind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
I said, wait
I
a
will say,
minute.
can you fucking stop can you please potty train yourself so you can go to school? But also, like, don't go to school or potty train yourself. Stay a baby.
So Uriah's potty trained because I could not do them diapers no more.
So how was that? How was your potty training experience? Because I actually asked Wes for the potty
I
link.
did too.
I was like, where is that link? Send the
It
link.
was a long time. I think about when he hit 2, which was August 31st last year, I started that day.
So
And he didn't get fully potty trained until February of
This year?
Last year.
of this year.
Of 2024. Yeah.
And I said, whoa, that took way too long.
Yeah.
But you know, there's somebody that brought up a really good point: muscle and mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, they could be taking their diaper off. They
Yeah.
could be taking their pants off, but they need to tell their mind to tell their muscle to release.
Yes.
Ella. Ella knows all the things. She just won't do it. She don't want to.
Yeah.
And so when he got like that, it would be consequences.
Oh yeah.
Because you know,
yeah, you have to go potty.
but you wanted to play or you wanted to just not do it, and you knew. Because when it was time to go to bed, you got up to say OP.
Yeah.
Or when it was time to eat, OP.
Yeah.
100%.
But so now I know you know. You just told on
I'll say it.
yourself.
Yeah, you snitched on
Is it
yourself.
time to try to go to the bathroom? I know that you need to go to the bathroom because she knows that she's gonna poop on the floor
Yeah.
in another room because she went to go fucking poop in the floor on the floor in another room. Like she
no.
went to do that.
Yes.
She's just straight up like diaper. She knows. So, but
That's
to
crazy.
each their like. Oh,
Every kid is different because I didn't think it'd take him so long.
Is not to each their own.
To each their own.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, for sure. I mean, I don't know. All I know is that when Edrius is ready, when Ella's ready, just like when Uriah, you guys, I love that you implemented consequences. But when they're ready, like they're gonna be more open to it, right?
They will.
I'm definitely like approaching that place where I'm like, okay, you have to use the potty.
I'm done.
Because it's like I know he knows that the potty exists.
Yeah.
The only thing that I know he's struggling with is taking off the diaper.
Yeah.
He has a hard time doing that. So
Put pull-ups on him.
that part too.
Okay.
He could pull down, but
Yeah.
he can't get it over
He
his
can't
butt.
get it, and Uriah can't either.
Ella's like,
Yeah.
I'm a free woman. Let me
I love her.
She's just like, no, bitch, I'm not going on the toilet. I'm not going on the toilet.
We
Fuck
made
you."
it fun. Like, he saw his dad use the bathroom, and he's like, "Whoa, I can aim
made
like
it
that."
so
So we
different.
bought a
Most
urinal for him, and the urinal, the frog, and it has like this little spinny thing that we told him to try to hit and spin, and he loves it. So now when we're at home,
I'd love it.
I know, right? Now he'll just take his pants off, and now he'll hover over
I
the
just got a weird
toilet.
visual.
But he loves it. Y'all gotta have fun. And one time, y'all, this is so funny, but one time I'm cooking in the kitchen and I hear this sound and I look over. My son done took a step stool, climbed up on it, opened the trash can, and is peeing in the trash can.
You're not gonna surprise me, but
I
that's a good one.
said, what? I took a video and
But you
said,
said,
Can I have that video?
okay, but good. Did you say? Yeah, typically it's in the toilet, but you're in the
Good
trash
job,
can. I'm
buddy.
like, yes.
But by this time he was fully potty trained. Like he knows he goes.
no.
He was just experimenting on what he can get away with, on where I can
God,
use
these
the bathroom.
boys.
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting into his wild stage.
You're about there. I have a girl, so it's a little different, but like I have a wild one.
Yeah.
But your boy.
They're getting into their wild one. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's.
Edrius is really interesting though because he loves to play, he loves to paint, he loves structure, he loves to be organized.
You do a great. Can we just?
I know.
Cause I be like, I'm suck.
It's right. But
The
no.
structure you have. This is
Please,
something we didn't
you're
talk
over
about,
me.
but we have to say
You're
it.
with me. I'm literally been like.
The balancing you do as a mom,
You
an
are- stop it.
actress,
I'ma
an
cry.
entrepreneur,
cry.
I give you your flowers all the time. And I'd be like, girl, you're killing it. Your family love you because talk about balancing what we do.
I just cry in silence and being like, I love you.
I'll just be happy if I get him out the house for the day. I'd be like, yes, we made it to the park. Yes, we went.
Hold on, you guys are gonna cry.
No, you kill it. I just be like, how does she do it? One, I'm not crafty, so like I don't think about the way you put fun and education. I can't see it
the
like
fucking
that.
fact I am and still can't do it.
Girl, now come on now.
I mean,
We gotta carve out time if you can do it. Carve out the time.
Oh, my carve out time is like picking up the shit off the floor that she after she.
But I need to take notes from you.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I don't.
I really love you and appreciate this is your episode, so we're gonna turn the because I will cry again. Turn it back onto you and just say thank you so much for sharing, because
Thank you for having me.
opening up like that is not easy.
It's not.
But
I'm glad you shared.
doesn't it feel good?
It feels good. It definitely feels, because like I said, I haven't shared this story publicly.
Yeah.
And it feels good to like actually tell how I felt. Because like even with my mom, even though she was there with me, I never told her like, you're acting off of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't act off of fear.
Yeah.
And
Or she acts off of fear of you, and you know she loves you so much.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I never told Wes like, yo, chill. But I was so happy that he fought for me that I'm like, he's doing what I asked. But, you know, I never went back afterwards and said, Wes, you was acting a little crazy. I never went back and said that, because at the end of the day, he's supposed to act crazy for me.
He stood
You
for
know
you.
what I'm saying?
And you probably don't even know that you had a lot to say that you have not said.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, that's one of the beautiful things about this podcast,
It's
because
so-
it is amazing for other moms, but in a part it's kind of selfish for me, because it feels so good to get out all the things that I have. It's
not
like my little-
selfish.
I feel
It's
Yeah.
not selfish, because no one has experienced what you been through. Not me.
Yeah.
Not you. No
Yeah.
one has. So you can't feel selfish about
Yeah.
what you're
That's the
experiencing.
most important thing for any guest of ours to
Yeah.
remember is each experience is your own.
Yeah.
But
And own that.
it's every one of them is fucking emotional and hard. Every
Yeah.
single one.
everyone.
Yeah.
Even though I like that I got to experience natural labor, I dislike that I got a C-section. I still have to appreciate that I got a C-section.
Yeah.
And you got a
Instead of
healthy
looking
baby.
at it like, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do that.
You can't
At the
look
end
it
of
as
the
a
day,
fail. Yeah.
it was a success.
Mhm.
My scarring is she was the head chief of C-section, the girl who did my
okay.
C-section.
Cesarean.
So she did a beautiful job.
Nice.
My scar is not
And my
big.
scar is
She did an
beautiful.
amazing job. And I remember I was like, okay, when you cut, don't cut too deep, because I heard if you cut too deep, you could cut the
As
baby.
you're under the
Yeah, under the knife. And she's like, honey, no.
First of all, you actually are not. You are
Yeah.
too similar.
Dude,
Two different
let me tell you,
experiences.
my birthing experience, I swear to God, they were cartwheeling in. All the girls, like a cartwheel scene in a movie, they were like, "Ooh, we're here to deliver your baby." And the lights came down, and I thought it was
Yes.
a selfie opportunity. And I was like, And then I'm like, okay, I'm Natalia. I'm going to be giving birth. And so we're bantering in my mind. Mind you, I
Right.
was heavily sedated. So I was just very, But in my head, it was like this movie scene of exactly what I wanted. And I just remember all of them, and I loved all of them. But in reality, when I heard the story from Mo, it didn't go like that at all.
No, but that's exactly.
They
exactly
did not
what you
cartwheel.
said. I know we have to end this, but I
That's what they did not do.
We're gonna end this episode, but I love that, like, that's kind of how we ended it. Is that you just said you, like, I hope you got a little peace with that,
Mhm.
and that we can all contribute to being like, listen, not one. I had my own story. Listen
Yeah.
to episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And if,
One of them, all of them.
oh, listen, but
Listen, all of
actually, I will say my piece in that. To be able to fucking say your piece and have it in your own way, just know that every one of you is gonna have it differently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking talk about
Hell
it.
yeah. Talk baby to us.
Or talk to us about
Drops
it.
mic.
Come here and
But
talk
we
baby
love
to
you.
us. Thank you guys.
Guys, wait, we need to shout out. This is Nat's part.
All right. Make sure you guys follow. Go ahead and drop down your handle over here.
So on IG, That's Instagram for all our
For me.
seasoned fans. Our seasoned fans, because we see ya. Instagram is _. Also, if you want to look at our skits, we have on Instagram VVESTX, the Big Play TV. And then YouTube is VVEST Official.
Yes. The Big Play, Mommy, with Mo and Wes.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. All right, thanks for
West.
listening, you guys.
What?
Bye.
Bye, guys.